Japanese and Germans in World War II, and many European countries today are reliant on its protection in the event of a war with Russia. So how did this happen? Why was its geography so important to its success? Well, we can go all the way back to the pre-independence America and the original 13 colonies and the setup for its eventual rise. The 13 colonies can be divided into three sectors: the New England states in the north, the Mid-Atlantic states, and the southern states. The New England states have massive wooded areas that supplied the original 13 colonies with wood which they could use to build boats and housing. Their economy is made up of their logging industry in the north and their maritime fishing industry in the south. With a lack of fertile soil and a long coastline, they relied on fishing for food, and they could also trade these fish to other states. The Mid-Atlantic colonies have a long, warm growing season and lots of arable soil with massive river networks which could be used to trade and transport goods. The rivers are also a spot for major cities like Philadelphia and New York City, which are at the mouths of rivers which let farmers trade their goods effectively and let them grow. The southern states have a very hot and humid climate which early settlers quickly found out, and they became the best states to grow crops like tobacco and cotton, but tobacco was a very intensive labor crop, and they quickly bought slaves on their farms so they could produce more of these crops to sell to the international community. The US bought Louisiana in 1803 from France for $2 million, making it one of the best purchases in history, with the Louisiana colonies now being valued at $1.2 trillion. The Louisiana colonies had large expanses of fertile land on the Great Plains, making the farming industry in the US boom, and the US became able to host a much bigger population, letting them improve their industry and become a threat to Europe. It also gave them access to the Mississippi River and New Orleans. This improved trade on the US and let them virtually control the entire Midwest due to Mississippi's large water expansion into multiple tribes, the fall of the Spanish Empire, and the Mexican-American War in 1846, the US gained access to more land in the West, like California and Texas, giving them access to valuable resources in gold and oil, bringing trillions into the modern economy. The US has weak allies to the north and south, with Canada having a lack of a major river system from east to west, making them reliant on US trade. It also has little fertile soil due to its Arctic climate. Mexico has similar problems, with the Sonoran Desert taking up most of its territory and providing them with little fertile land and water, making them reliant on US trade and other neighbors' trade. And the Pacific in the west and the Atlantic in the east forced invading powers to have long, difficult supply routes, and the US could focus more on development than defense, which let them grow fast without much difficulty. A mix of fertile soil, its massive geography, deserts in the Rockies in the west protecting it from invasion, and its weak neighbours, the US's geography certainly set the course for its power in the world today.